That's shitty detective work.
I would put it on a bun. You could fit the pickles. You could put pickles in the pickles. You can fit the pickles in there. You can fit the pickles in there. Come on. Some onions. Pickle chicken sandwich. Take it away, John Frickin Smith.
Welcome to the rabbit hole,
How did we end up on that rabbit hole?
where all you knew is wrong. And rules are just suggestions,
I like the pipe.
made up as we go along.
Shut up, Corn.
Fuck you.
And who knows what you'll find here. Maybe heaven or your worst fears. Whatever it may be, it's yours to keep forever.
Just in time. You've entered a rabbit hole. Please go down further. Where there's philosophy hidden within stupidity.
My nipples are sweating.
What are they doing to that chicken?
They're punching holes in it. You know,
Man,
I want to
fuck that.
teabag Hank Azaria. He can make weird noises.
You're fucking weird.
You guys are horrible.
Bunyan rings? Like, I wouldn't eat those.
What the fuck? Hey,
Even if it was Paul Bunyan themed, like, you know what I mean?
Anyone-
Like flannel onion rings or something like that. Be like, yeah, I had a heart attack. Fuck you.
it's a sunshiny day.
Yeah. Fat people need love, too.
This room was filled with smoke. And the J&T baggers sat there, adding to the smoke problem. But it wasn't a problem. That's hurting my throat talking like this.
So you were just in time. We are the J&T baggers. And I cannot do old school narration with a dry throat.
You were either Rusty Wallace, Herschel Biggs, or fucking Bruce Willis's character from Sin City.
Wrong, and wrong.
Josh Brolin from Sin City.
No, it's James Gandolfini from this movie, Lonely Hearts.
Some movies suck, and some are great, but our reviews are always late reviews with the boys from Just in Time.
Now, before we go down that rabbit hole, just want to take a quick second to thank Mr. John Frickin Smith for his beautiful song, Yours to Keep, from the amazing album, Songs of the Great Collapse, both of which can be found at johnfrickinsmith.com. You like that, didn't you? He was the narrator.
It's beautiful.
I just couldn't do it with a dry throat. Sounded more like a dying Nick Nolte.
Oh, there's another movie.
Oh, Gangster Squad.
No,
Oh, I thought you were going off the Nick Nolte thing. Sorry.
no, I was. He did one earlier
Mm.
in the 90s.
Oh, before you.
Yeah.
We're here to talk. Well, yeah. Who are you guys?
Norman Blunts.
Tiger Durgan.
And DJ Van Nielsen. Because we're high. We get stoned and we try to remember what we like about a movie.
That's shitty detective work.
And I'll have you know, most of it is from the hip. We often are not going off. It's not as often as it should be, probably, that we actually go off of notes and like IMDb pages. We just kind of fucking it from the hip, you know? That's mostly because we end up spending hours getting baked before we even record. So here we are again, talking about, well, we're staying in this vibe. Can you feel the vibe? I think the smokiness of the room should add to the vibe. Because this is like what it was like back then. It was just cigarette smoke instead of weed
Everywhere.
smoke.
We need an old light. Put it in the corner, though.
Yeah. It's like a fucking Pan Am flight.
Yeah, that's what sucks about games in that era. And honestly, kind of what sucks about the movies in this era that we're talking about, though, too. When it's dark, it's fucking dark, and you can't see shit. Production sucked back in the day.
Yeah.
But stories were great.
So this is the story. This movie starts off fucked up. You see a woman baking a cake, right? Yeah. She's got the old hand mixer thing.
Yeah.
She makes a whole happy anniversary cake. Assumedly for her and her husband. Then she sits there with the candles lit, and as the candles burn down, she takes away the dinner and the cake. Or she might have left them on the table, I don't know. You could tell she gave up. Went upstairs to the fucking bathroom. Leaned forward into the toilet and put a revolver to the side of her head and And then they introduce you to her husband, played by John Travolta.
This isn't Saturday Night Fever.
No, this is Fat Travolta.
Yeah, he still looked pretty good in the face, man, compared to the other ones I've seen him.
Yeah, because now he looks all plastic surgery.
Yeah.
Shit. That's not really what it's. The movie's not about the wife killing herself. It's just, that's just to start it off with.
That's the seasoning for the steak that's about to happen.
Yeah, it lets you know that our main character's got some trauma, and he's got a son that's also got some trauma. I'm not gonna lie, I don't give a shit about his son. Let's be honest.
Yeah. There was no real point.
I'm not gonna
to
say
that part of the story.
like that.
Like, it was to add somewhat to the emotional touch of
Yeah.
John Travolta's character. I understand that, because outside of that, there's not really any other emotion outside of he's pissed off. It turns into a John Wick effect, but instead of the dog, the wife.
And they were making the kid seem like he was being kind of an asshole for not really liking fucking daddy's new bitch or whatever. But
He got a goddamn paper route.
I mean, like, fucking A, you lose a parent, that's not always, you don't just replace them that easily. Plus, she was fucking played by Laura Dern before she went and, like, all she did was dye her hair purple and cut it like a fucking Karen. And
Blew up the internet.
yeah. Oh, yeah. But that's neither here nor there. We're on to John Travolta and his partner, James Gandolfini.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. indeed. And their little buddy, Scott Conn. Because why the fuck not have Scott Conn in this movie? He just wanted to wear the suit.
Yeah, 100%.
Now, this movie was made in 2008. Although it kind of slipped under the radar. I never saw commercials for it or anything.
Dude, you recommended it to me for the longest time, and I swear, I felt like I didn't hear about it until I saw it on a list of movies that were like L.A. Noire. And I was like, okay. And then I checked out other ones like, oh, well, I know Black Dahlia's badass. And that's when I was like, oh, it's on here too. Okay. Let me think for a second. Hollywoodland popped up in that movie. I was like, okay, I gotta watch it now.
The antagonist of this particular flick, played by Selma Hayek and everybody's favorite Joker.
I mean, after the fucking credits rolled on Snyder Cut, yeah, maybe for some people.
Still ain't got shit on Heath or Joaquin or Jack or Caesar.
He's the last week,
Yeah.
but they kind of fixed him a little
or
bit.
Mark. Had to
Oh,
throw that in there.
Yeah, no, he doesn't get his chance against Mark.
But so yeah, Jared Leto playing fucking a guy with a toupee, going through the Lonely Hearts ads.
So for you that don't know what a Lonely Hearts ad is, it's a Craigslist casual encounter ad in like the 30s or 40s or whenever the fuck they
Back
were
when
in.
you really had to pay for the ad, and it went onto a fucking paper.
And it would go around everywhere. It was like a pen pal, but a whore one.
Back when pen pals were cool, when it was like, oh my god, this is so mysterious. I don't even know what he looks like. I gotta meet him and find out.
And boom, death.
Because every woman has as deep a voice as me.
Wait. So these,
Remember chat rooms, Corn?
yeah, I remember chat rooms.
Remember pretty much before like
This is
social
note
media
writing
as we
chat
know
rooms.
it when
I remember
people
MySpace, you know what I mean?
when
Shit
people
like
didn't
that.
actually weren't required to put a picture of themselves.
Straight Yahoo chat.
Okay, but so you just send letters to each other then back and forth?
Yeah.
Or you answer
Correspondence, man.
you answer the ad, you go
Back
to their
when people
house.
used
and
that
then-
word.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound safe, but they say like
AOL Messenger.
That's how you get fucking that's how you get killed. Corn. That's how you get killed.
but that means you just can anybody that picks up a paper can know what's going on, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the point.
Yeah.
Do you want to find love? Are you looking in all the wrong places?
On the newspaper.
Dude, are you flipping out over this?
This is scary, dude. Anybody can just walk up to your door after adding something like that. So you have a bunch of like a line outside of like girls like or dudes.
It's creepy. There's no way of saying it's not creepy. That's why you don't do it now. And because douchebags like this guy moves in with these women makes them clear out their bank accounts basically, and then kills them. Well, him and Selma Hayek, they seem like they were just small time hustlers at.
Yeah, at the start, they make it to where he's small time, but then he meets Selma Hayek. And Selma Hayek's a crazy fucking bitch.
Somehow they start posing as brother and sister.
Which, sorry, what?
Yeah, they pose as brother and sister as they're infiltrating these women's houses. Well, it's so they can both be there and shit. Oh, I'm just bringing my sister with me. She travels everywhere I go.
The thing I always got weird or wondered during this movie was, if they're brother and sister, why the fuck does she have the accent and he does not?
Because nobody questions it in those times. I think one of the women even was asking about that, and she said like they split up during the war or some shit like that, or they were raised separately in some weird kind of a fashion or manner. I don't remember the exact specifics.
That was the one that they started murdering with.
Yeah, it's a really fucked up premise there that based on true events again. I'm sure there's facts and fiction. There's always fiction when it comes to movies. You got to make it more interesting.
You have to have an actual story, not just
events.
The truth.
Yeah, not just a list of things that happened that you just facts. Here's the facts. End of the movie.
That was 5 minutes long.
Yeah, I think that's why we're not like extra long, or like why we don't do always like the shortest episodes and shit. 5-minute YouTube video length episodes. I'm just gonna sit here and list out facts. You can find facts anywhere.
You get commentary,
important stuff, or opinions.
No,
not say that.
No, we're just highlighting it. This is like a highlighter right now. That's what we are.
Yeah, Selma Hayek. I don't give a fuck about. I don't know why I never noticed that part where she made fun of the fucking chick's accent. That was fucked up. That's some pot calling the kettle black shit right there. It's hilarious though too that she actually like. I don't know if they told her that or if she actually like was like, no, I'm gonna fucking throw that in there. And I mean, it's not that hard. A Latina can roll their R's just as well as a Pole. Is that what you call them? Pole? Yeah, there were some fucked up scenes in this movie. Let's just be real.
Damn.
This is a fucking... Jared Leto makes himself very unlikable, first off. Like, there's a scene where he goes to a funeral. You remember that scene? He goes to the funeral fucking of some rich guy that died. He shows up at the funeral in a white suit. Already douche. Show up in a bright white suit to a fucking funeral. You're an ass.
Trying to pull a scam on him.
Yeah. Grabs a flower off of someone else's grave. Yeah, shows up, fucking tries to pull a scam, gets punched in the face
by the sun.
That was hilarious. I rewound that a few times.
Straight decked. Hard.
I rewound that a few times, just like Jared Leto punch, Jared Leto punch, Jared Leto punch. Hilarious. Nose is bleeding. Selma Hayek shows up and tells them they should be ashamed of themselves.
And then that's when it starts.
The pound. That's when they start targeting women instead of rich guys. Lonely hats. It was actually that older woman that they were going with there. That was a little fucked up because you could see she was totally just like, oh fuck yeah, young dick.
Score.
Cougar. She was ready. Well, obviously, yeah.
It's Hammerhead?
Hammerhead.
Or Hatchet?
What the fuck?
Is that the lady that got fucking killed?
Oh, yeah. I thought you were... When you said Hammerhead, I'm like thinking of like Street Sharks for some reason and shit. Like,
no, the one that got fucked in the back of the head with that.
while she's smashing and shit. Which I guess for some people, that's like a hell of a way to go. Like, it would have been better if it was a quick death because she didn't die right away. But, like, if I'm just smashing and someone comes up and just blasts me in the back of the head, just like fair enough.
You caught me with my pants down.
Yeah, you caught me and I'm going out doing something fun. You know?
I have done the fucking thing.
But the way that scene was filmed was fucking kind of hilarious too, because they're like zooming in on her face and his face, and just like, tell me you love me, I love you. Blood all over the face.
Yeah.
Selma Hayek was actually scary.
Yeah, she was terrifying.
in that
She
in this
was-
movie. Like I've never seen Selma Hayek as like an intimidating or like villainous type of person, but God, that was
Shit, bro. That was cold-hearted bitch right there, man.
that hammerhead thing. Yeah, now I'm saying it. That was it was bloody, and the way she instantly, are you trying to make me mad? Are you trying to drive me? Like, oh my God, Latina Fury, and she's got a fucking weapon. This isn't fun. And this is back in the day too, when it was just like you could almost get away with that shit. They were very close to getting away with that shit. If not for some savvy detectives just thinking on the ball, just like, hey, maybe that's how he found her. You know, lonely hearts ads. Narrated by the late James Gandolfini. Fine? Can you call him Fine? Gandolfini?
That turns into Gandalf and Feeney.
I feel like if I met Ian McKellen, I would call him Gandolfini. Just off of being like that hyped to see him, just like, oh my God, Magneto, Gandolfini. Oh, he would slap me.
James Gandolfini. Tony Soprano. Yep.
Smoke one for me, son. That sounded less like, I don't know who that sounded like.
That was more like a weird Kermit Patrick Stewart. Yeah, this movie turns out to be pretty fucking crazy after they start killing.
Yeah. Like at first it seems like your standard kind of con type of movie and shit, and just like okay, eventually John Travolta's gonna catch on and he's gonna get to him. Oh my God. Even when he's got them in cuffs, there's no real satisfaction.
No, hell no.
It's because they have them in cuffs and something terrible happens.
When they finally get down to this lady and her daughter, the final victims, as you will. First off, they're played by that fucking lady from Let's Kill Ward's Wife, which always like put a smile on my face. Like, oh, she might have actually been pregnant in real life when, you know what I mean, around the time of that filming and shit, you know, or you know what I mean, before or after, you know. But it was accent versus accent for a while there too. You had her with the seemingly Polish type of accent. Selma Hayek with her, what is she, Spanish? Latina accent.
I don't want to call it out there. Don't know.
Wow, when the Mexican hesitates, you know something's wrong. Like, you don't want to offend. Are you that scared? Well, yeah, in that movie, you don't want to.
Yeah, you really don't want to call her Cuban, dude. Shit, she would be pissed.
I know she's not Cuban. That's one accent.
She actually acted really good in this movie. Like that scary bitch vibe, dude. Like cold, lonely. When she had it good, dude. It was the way she was saying shit too. You're like, oh, well.
Yeah, because
manipulative.
When she whatever she did to the woman to like have her on the couch.
Oh
unable
yeah.
to move really.
Yeah, they didn't say. I don't know, dude.
And homeboy comes in and just like, what's going on? I was just hitting on a teenage girl outside while I was buying my cornflakes. What'd she do to her? She goes to this whole fucking. She pretty much was gonna let him. She pretty much gave him that choice. You got to shoot one of us. You gotta shoot one of us. And after he showed like all this, you know, I wanna settle down with this one. Well, I wanna settle down. I got her pregnant. I wanna get a little baby to go with the other baby. That was an awkward scene there too. Dude, he fucking shot the chick in the head while she's laying on the couch and shit.
Pregnant.
Daughter locked in the room. That was fucked
They
up.
kidnapped the kid.
Bought her a big old tricycle. In the most giant and inefficient box I've ever seen. That box costed more than the goddamn tricycle to make.
That was a beautiful box. Oh my god.
I would have kept that as a treasure chest, like if you know what I mean, aside not the contents, you sicko. Just the like a box like that though. If I fucking could you imagine if you bought a big wheel and it came in a fucking giant wooden fucking lacquered fucking beautiful ass box like that?
I'd be pissed. I'd be really pissed because a big wheel, no, that's a
No, but
cardboard
it still
box.
costs like $30 for the big wheel. And you get this fucking amazing box.
That took craftsmanship, like that actually took talent.
I would keep it.
He had to hand cut all of that.
Yeah, that was fucked up because they killed the mom. They tried to pretend like I don't know what their plan was. They were just like, yeah, it's just our baby now. You're ours.
That's what
now.
it seemed. It was like she was Selma Hayek was trying to force the like mom role on her.
I'm gonna love you. I know what it's like to be alone. I don't know I can't do her accent. But that scene with them two sitting on next to each other on the bed there, that was creepy. It was fucked up. Cause you could tell that the whole time I'm thinking, is that milk poisoned? Or drugged? Because it seems like that's more what she did to the mom, was drugged her, not poisoned her. That sounds more likely. I'll get you some tea. Put some did they have Quaaludes back then? I don't know. But some kind of muscle relaxant or something, something to...
They probably had a fuck ton of cocaine.
I don't know if cocaine's going to put you on the couch like that.
You take enough of it, I'm sure it would.
Do they got Indicoke? Oh my God. Yeah, the cocaine sleep aid. Indicoke.
You're not gonna feel shit, so you're just gonna eventually lay there. Fuck it, they might have got her morphine.
Did they explain how they killed the little girl?
They pretty much showed. I think they gave you the idea of how she did it.
Selma Hayek was
She drowned her.
Yeah.
She was filling up the bathtub, smoking a cigarette with a very sinister look on her face. Like the kind of look that says, I'm gonna fucking kill a kid in this tub right now.
Yeah, when she carries her away, right?
Yeah. Yeah, remember there was the part where she's arguing with the kid and she just walks off with her, grabs her hand? Yeah, that was, you're going to take a bath, I think. Like they didn't play the audio of what they were saying, but it seemed like one of those, like, you're taking a bath. Splash.
the last fucking bath you'll ever have.
La Llorona?
Fucked up, though. Fucked up, because, and the whole time it's like, because they didn't fully show it, it was a bit hard to tell. Like, did she actually kill the baby? Well, like, by the time John Travolta gets to the house, you know what I mean? There's still that somewhat wonder, because they're running, it hadn't been long since that moment of showing the bathtub and shit. You could assume, but there was still at least that small sliver of hope. Like, they didn't show it, and they didn't show him, like, wheelbarrowing out, like, a body or burying anything. I loved how when Jared Leto runs away, what's his name?
Oh yeah.
John Travolta's like, "Don't shoot, I got him."
Yeah, exactly.
He turned around, said, "Don't shoot, I got him," and still turned around and fucking caught him.
That's either Jared Leto can't run, or Danny still has some loose feet in him.
Ah,
Yeah, because dude,
that's where the grease lightning comes from.
He can run like a motherfucker even if he's still fat.
Yeah, see that. And that they built up the tensity nice on that scene though too. Having Gandolfini go into the barn or whatever.
Scene where they had lime
And the fucking fresh
concrete.
Yeah. Still moist.
damn.
Shiny. And that's what was fucked up. It was like, all right, so did they bury both of them right there? And then Travolta puts his coat. I loved how he put his coat on the damn box for that tricycle, still sitting in the fucking truck. Oh, that was a fucked up moment when you saw you put it together as quickly as he did. Honestly, I liked how they did that. Show, don't tell. That's the perfect example in that moment. They showed the tricycle. They showed the box, which clearly is for a tricycle. Oh God. Oh God. John Travolta can still like I don't know. That was still normal Travolta to me. Like like that felt like still like prime Travolta. No, he didn't get to ham it up like Face Off, but
He's too old. Well, that was his peak. No more.
No
action
more
movies.
dancing for him.
Yeah.
he's had like 17 peaks over his career though. But
And this was a few years right before, or I guess right before in a way, that Gandolfini passed.
away. Yeah.
I don't think he had many movies after that.
I don't know. I love that vibe of movie. I loved hearing fucking Gandolfini's voice narrating. Something about that rasp. Just beautiful.
Yeah, the cars, man. Yeah. That's a really good time period for them, too. Hunting them down with just a 6-shooter and a badge or a shotgun. Somebody was carrying a shotgun during the raid.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right.
Yeah, and he came through the window.
Yeah.
Back when men wore not only suits and hats and ties, but overcoats.
They wore fucking overcoats back then. Dusters.
But like fancy ones. Fancy
True
brown
trench
ones.
coats.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was still. I don't think anybody was satisfied with what happened to the killers at the end.
I kind of was.
You were?
Well, seeing him piss himself and whatnot.
Yeah.
I would have rather have seen him rot, but like being tortured the whole time. You know?
Yep.
Because I mean, like, that's where Gandolfini shined a little.
At the end there.
Yeah, he had like different emotion
We did our
quickly.
job. Yeah, it was fucking I thought it was pretty well acted. Jared Leto even did a good job of playing somebody unlikable.
Mm-hmm.
They made sure you hated him before the end of that movie.
Yeah.
Just like, all right, as if killing the fucking mom and the other people that you've seen him killing and shit and the baby. We're gonna make sure you see him kill an old man for a dog.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, that was the part that was like over the top.
Yeah. How much for the dog? Not for sale. Everything's for sale. $1,000. Take it or leave it.
Shout out to the girl too. She was in the back seat.
Yeah. She was traumatized. She was traumatized for the rest of the very short amount of rest of her life. I don't know how much I don't know if like the old man and the cop killing parts are true and shit. Or even her blowing the cop. Forgot about that part.
Yeah, she blows the cop towards the beginning, and then after blowing him, she's blowing him. They get pulled over. She goes and gets out of the ticket by blowing cop. Then comes back and points a gun at his dick.
Selma Hayek
Yeah.
blows 3 guys back to back.
No.
She blows one cop and she blows the cop and then comes. She was blowing Jared Leto.
Yeah.
Stops blowing Jared Leto because they get pulled over.
Okay.
Goes out, blows the cop.
Okay. So 2.
Comes back in, points a gun at Jared Leto's dick.
Okay.
So only 2 dicks.
Okay.
Tells him he's not allowed to love the girls.
And does she continue to suck his?
No.
Is that okay? That would get a little too much too, man. What the hell? All right.
She must have blew that cop with fucking Superhead though.
It was done in like 30 seconds.
Yeah. That cop was like, oh my god.
Oh no, the times? Who knows if he ever had one?
Yeah. And fucking being like, he seemed like he was kind of in the middle of nowhere somewhat too, to where.
Closest thing he's ever got is spitting in his hand.
And a Latin woman too.
He's never seen color
That
like
looks
that.
like Selma Hayek. Oh.
He's not racist anymore.
Yeah. See, ladies, that's how you cure racism. Suck a dick.
They get the electric chair.
Oh, yes.
I guess that goes into like, how do you feel about capital punishment? But
I don't give a fuck. Kill him. It was hilarious. I thought it was hilarious that they didn't show Selma Hayek.
not her face or anything. Like,
They didn't show anything. Like they showed like the top of a head
yeah, that was it.
jiggling. Jared Leto though, they were like, no, we want to see you fucking pissing yourself, blood everywhere.
Spit coming out.
Yeah. We want you dead.
Yeah, that's yeah. I don't know. It would letting him rot would. I don't think they just want to take care
But
of him
you're
though.
not allowed to torture people. Even back then, you weren't just allowed to,
Mm-hmm.
imprison someone and torture 'em.
Mm-hmm.
You got to do one or the other.
Well, like torture him and then let him go.
Yeah. It's cool because I let him go, It's not
Because he got to walk free, right?
yeah, I kept him overnight. I tortured him. I let him go.
Oh my god!
I mean, I only cut off the tip of the pinky.
Yeah.
Who needs their tip? That's one less nail to cut.
I was going for that 1,000 razor blades thing. We only got to like 17.
I hit him with a bag of oranges.
I challenged him to a fight, but I tied him to a bed.
I kicked him in the back of the knees for 2 hours.
Oh my gosh! Damn.
Did you force him to stand up? You know I did.
I tied him up.
That's pretty much it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We come to such weird abrupt ends sometimes.
This is one movie where I didn't hate Jared Leto.
Yeah. Good job.
I hated the character, but I didn't hate his acting or anything. So good for
One
you, buddy.
movie I was extremely afraid of Selma Hayek.
Yeah, she's versatile.
And then like James Gandolfini and John Travolta actually being a good like duo. It's kind of crazy.
And being on the right side of the law. We'll see you next time. We've got a lineup. It's an ever shifting and changing lineup, but there is a lineup. It exists somewhere. Just know that at some point there will be a Loki Nexus event, and then we'll be right back we'll prune that timeline off and be right back to the scheduled programming. Keep the theme, put your fedora on. Send us some pinstripe suits.
Dun, 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 dun.
You got a big and tall size guy, and you got a short and small guy size. And then one in between. Does that make you just right if we were like 3 bowls of porridge?
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, we'll see you next time. You've been just in time. We've been really stoned.